English for oral presentations.
What's this about? Great presentations typically have one thing in common with action films. They tell a compelling story with a beginning, middle, and end. In the same way, your oral presentation will consist of an opening, body, and conclusion. This handout will introduce some of the strategic phrases you can use at each stage of your presentation to get across your message clearly.
How to open a presentation. When you begin your presentation, typically you will greet your audience. You can say phrases like, "How's everyone doing today? I am so excited to be here today. Thank you so much for having me today. Hi everyone, good morning/good afternoon, depending on where you are giving your presentation. In class, at an academic conference, or a presentation to your lab group." Another option to open your presentation is using what's called a hook. A hook is simply an interesting statement that is used to get your audience's attention. Note, however, a hook is usually reserved for more informal situations. In other words, if it is a situation where you would feel comfortable telling a relevant joke, it is probably acceptable to open with a hook. A few easy ways to create a hook include telling a story, sharing an unusual statistic, using humor, or relating a famous quote. The hook should be related to the content of your presentation. For example, in Rick Elias' TED Talk about the 3 life lessons he learned when his plane crashed, he opens with the following hook. Imagine a big explosion as you climb through 3,000 feet. Imagine a plane full of smoke. Imagine an engine going clack, 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 clack. It sounds scary. Well, I had a unique seat that day. I was sitting in 1D, Elias, 2011. TED presentations are a great resource to reference. Below are more examples of different styles of hook. Storytelling, humor, and more. That presenters use to start off their speech.
Storytelling. When I was 7 years old and my sister was just 5 years old, we were just playing on top of a bunk bed. When I was 9 years old, I went off to summer camp for the first time and my mother packed me.
Humor. So ladies and gentlemen, at TED we talk a lot about leadership, and how to make a movement. So let's watch a movement happen from start to finish in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons from it. First, of course, a leader needs the guts to stand out and be ridiculed.
Rhetorical questions. Do you think it's possible to control someone's attention? Even more than that, what about predicting human behavior? I think those are interesting ideas if you could. For me that'd be the perfect superpower. Actually, kind of an evil way of approaching it. But for myself, in the past I've spent the last 20 years studying human behavior from a rather unorthodox way. Picking pockets.
Shock statement. Okay, now I don't want to alarm anybody in this room. But it's just come to my attention that the person to your right is a liar. Also, the person to your left is a liar. Also, the person sitting in your very seats is a liar. We're all liars. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you what the research says about why we're all liars. How you can become a lie spotter and why you might want to go the extra mile and go from lie spotting to truth seeking, and ultimately to trust building.
Next in your opening, introduce yourself to the audience. You can use this as an opportunity to share your background or credentials, reinforcing your qualifications to give this presentation. Then, follow with an overview of the structure of your presentation.